They ban the bench, and they take the AM themselves. They take the AM themselves.
Alchemist. So we're gonna see like some two common heroes against AM. Alchemist. Those are the two common heroes against AM. Not sure.
They struggled with the Alchemist the last time they picked it.
Not sure.
They struggled with the Alchemist the last time they picked it.
But
Liquid, really hardcore.
But it could work here though. I still like the Alchemist. Against AM matchup. Against AM you found faster than him. You found faster. You try to end the game and specific timing and specific timing. Looking at their other four heroes, I still like the Alchemist. I still like the Alchemist against AM matchup. Against AM you found faster. I like it because you found faster. I like to end the game and specific timing like more. The other thing is their other four heroes. I still like the Alchemist against AM matchup. Against AM you found faster. I like it because you found faster. I like to end the game and specific the other thing is like more. The other thing is their other four I still like it against AM matchup. Against AM you found faster. I like it because you found faster. I like to end the game and specific the other thing is like more. The other thing is I think he was I still like it against AM matchup. Against AM you found faster. I like it because you found faster. I like to end the game and specific the other thing is like more. The other thing is I think he was I still like it against AM matchup. Against AM you found faster. I like it because you found faster. I like to end the game and specific the other thing is like more. The other thing is I think he was I still like it against AM matchup. Against AM you found faster. I like it because you found faster. I like to end the game and specific the other thing is like more. The other thing is I think he was I still like it matchup against AM you found faster. I like it because you found faster. I like to end the game and specific the other thing is like more. The other thing is I think he was I still like it matchup against AM you found faster. I like it because you found faster. I like to end the game and specific the other thing is like more. The other thing is I think he was I still like matchup against AM you found faster. I like it because you found faster. I like to end the game and specific the other thing is like more. The other thing is I think he was I still like matchup against AM you found faster. I like it because you found faster. I like to end the game and specify the other thing is like more. The other thing is I think he was I still like matchup against AM you found faster. I like it because you found faster. I like to end the game and specify the other thing is like more. The other thing is I think he was I still like matchup against AM you found faster. I like it because you found faster. I like to end the game and specify the other thing is like more. The other thing is I think he was I still like matchup against AM you found faster. I like it because you found faster. I like to end the game and specify the other thing is like more. The other thing is I think he was I still like matchup against AM you found faster. I like it because you found faster. I like to end the game and
It's also Mushi playing
Mushi plays a lot of heroes. Not all Mushi heroes were created equal.
He plays a really good Venom.
He plays a really
good
good
Venom.
It's also Mushi plays a lot of heroes. Not all Mushi heroes were created equal.
He plays a really good Venom. It's also Mushi plays a lot of heroes. He plays a lot of heroes. He plays a really good Venom.
entire team. But you also don't really want to not buy a Midas. Because you're not going to be able to push. Because you're not going to be able to. But you also don't really want to. That's not buy a Midas. Because you're not going to be able to. Because you're not going to be able to. But you also really want to. That's not buy a Midas. Because you're not going to be able to. Because you're not going to be able to. But you also really want to.
Doesn't have anywhere near as many denies, but still.
And how well the Necro is doing. Like, if the Necro is doing very poorly, you can just get like a Diffusal and just kill him over and over so he never really gets into the game. But if Necro gets out of hand, you're going to have to go a more farm-oriented build.
Jabs is trying to make the most of this invis rune. Coming in around behind Samel. Still got the creep wave there. Fear does TP in as well, but Samel's in very close to the T1 tower. So Jab starts off with the cogs. He'll get an instant arrow into Samel. Almost impossible to dodge that one. Crit starts his charge forward, but it cannot create enough space for Samel to get off the Death Pulse.
That was so close to him getting Death Pulse off. He also had a stick and a salve. I don't think there was any way for them to disable the salve during Ghost Shroud, so whew, that would have been really close with them.
Universe is harassing Ninja Boogie out. Decrepify plus Blast. Heavy amounts of damage. Ninja Boogie actually lost 50% of his HP because of that. Well, they run in again towards mid. This time it's not Minesky initiating, it's Crit. Charging forward as the Spirit Breaker.
Got that clarity.
Yeah, value cancel, but now 5 minutes hit, so both Jabs and Moon will burn the Shrine. And it looks like Fear and Crit will do the same. Advantage of being Necro in mid, you don't need that Shrine. Overall net worth is still going the way of Arteezy. And the Radiant Creep Wave got pulled over. But he got the early ring. He is going to look to complete up his treads before he goes for the Battle Fury.
Standard.
Yeah.
Mushi going for Soul Ring. See that pretty often too. On that safe lane. Nothing terribly special here. Yeah, I really do think Ninja Mugi needs more farm though, or else like AM just gonna chomp him up so easily. Yeah. And he's also just gonna die to like Pugna War too. His spells are relatively expensive.
Well, maybe when the Mirana starts roaming, you can just push the Silencer into the mid. Dangerous when the Spirit Breaker is charging around and he is now moving towards that top lane. Cannot commit in. Ice. Saw him coming with the Observer Ward around the top rune area. Both sides have good vision on that area.
Uh-oh. Itemizing for Cloak already, because they have crap physical damage. Unless Mirana gets a lot of farm, but even so, it's not terribly easy for her.
Jabs is doing Jab things again. He's sniping out the bounty runes while the Jakiro as well as SB is gravitating towards that top lane. Even with this charge forward, I don't see Crit finding a kill, because this can be done. So easy for Ice. Just turn around, void him. We are during nighttime phase as well. Not a lot of mana, but then consume the mango. A quick void. Ice. Pushing the issue. Goes into the Hunter of the Night. He needs the movement speed. 24 HP. Crit drop down to. He'll turn around. Goes for the charge. And Nightstalker doesn't have the mana. Ice. Pushing the envelope.
If he had his phase boots, he would have gotten that kill.
But he did not. And that means EG able to get the offlaner of Minesky underneath their own tier 1 tower, looking for some revenge. A quick TP out in Pugna. Decrepifies TP smartly. Jabs causing issues in the mid. Once again, the Cogs trapping in Sumail. A quick void. Where's that arrow to fly? Sumail just ghost shrouding for the moment. You don't have that arrow available. Starfall's up. There's your lead into the Starfall. Moon will claim that one. And Sumail goes down now for the second time in the game.
Yeah, big kill for them, but AM is still getting relatively large. They also, I mean, they have some silences, but once he gets Manta style, they don't really have a solution for him. It looks like he's pretty good in his quest to get a pretty early Battle Fury. I don't really see anything stopping him that well. It's going to be daytime pretty soon, so they don't have to worry about Nightstalker.
Moon needs to leap himself further away. He's got support. It's going to be the Clockwork. Crit. He's got more than enough movement speed. Having both boots as well as Windlace. Easy escape.
Yeah, a lot of boots Windlace in this game. So now is about the time where things might start happening for EG and for Minesky. Like Minesky, you kind of just accept the fact that AM's going to get farm now because Nightstalker died twice, or they had 2 deaths up in the top lane, so that's not going well. You just say okay, we'll deal with them later because they can't do anything about it now, and both teams are going to try and group up, and Minesky's going to try and take advantage of the 5v4, and EG are just going to try and just do minor things, like loosely creating space so that AM can do his thing. But really, they need to protect Necro because Necro's been dying a fair amount. And, like, you know, you need to group up so you can protect your Pugna in case he wants to start sieging some towers. So they really need to make good use of this 5v4 time. And PL can trade farm with AM, but you don't really want to. You don't have any good, like, super farm accelerators. Soul Ring's, like, okay, but you're not getting Battle Fury, you're not getting Maelstrom, and that's pretty much the only 2 items that Melee
They're going to go on the bottom lane. Mushi, able to hit the land, says, well, yeah, there is that TP.
Yeah, so
Please force him all the way back to base, and Mushi is instantly TPing top after the attack, picks up the Ring of Aquila, where the courier was waiting for
where
it.
was the Soul Ring usage, man?
But, well, it's going to happen, at least. So it does actually work in the way you said. So now you're going to get farm and space for silence, and Ninja Boogie has the bottom lane all to himself.
He really needs farm. I really have to emphasize like how much farm he needs, especially relative to other games where he's just dirt poor. Like, he will just get trashed later if he's going to still sit at 780 net worth. Well, he just got 2 creeps, so.
This does feel like 2 minutes too early, though. Like you do this rotation 2 minutes before the nighttime, so ISIS moves off the top lane. He's looking to hunt the mid, but there's no darkness available. Jabs need to close the distance here. Void will help. Remember, it's still nighttime. There's a lot of one charges. Arrow flies forward. Samel still wants the illusion rune, and he will be able to claim it as he turns his attention towards ISIS. Crit, charge forward. A Void will cancel that one. Fear does have the ice plant to hold him there. They've almost got the sight, and here it comes onto the Night Stalker, but it's not enough damage. Raindrops and stick. He'll survive, but will it be enough? 4 HP. The dual breath from Fear will reach him. The liquid fire wasn't going to tick him out, thanks to the 4 HP he still had.
That cog actually blocked ice in a little bit. Well, at least they didn't lose Ninja Boogie on bottom. He almost died to RTZ coming in on bottom.
Oh, Jabs is looking to rotate. Oh, Boon! 5 seconds, count them all. You can decrepify for the cog's pushback. And the battery assault damage will be enough.
That was a huge arrow from him.
Oh,
he was
never
really
saw
close
that
to getting
coming.
Battle Fury too. Like, he was at like 500 gold and he just needed his broadsword. Just 1 more minute of farming, they would have been good. Well, the thing is, he didn't actually need a TP away from top lane because he could have just farmed up there, but they want to prioritize some more farm on the supports. Maybe Jakiro getting a little bit of farm up there, and maybe thinking that they could have gotten a kill on Ninja Boogie, but Ninja Boogie has evaded a lot of deaths. He's like that cat that has too many lives.
Now he's got his global silence available. If only he could have the mana to use it, but
it's just important that he gets levels over here. And probably that GPM talent coming later in the game.
Oh, they're going to kill bottom.
Yeah, the Observer in a pretty good spot.
The Observer vision's perfect, but it's the fact that Jabs has hook shot available, so the level 6 is currently on the clockwork. Can see Crit moving back.
Yeah, they're not really seeing anyone though. Everyone's
they're pinging. They know this vision. Actually, just leave. They're checking to see where Arteezy is with the rocket.
Well, no one has 4 stabs this early in the game, so everyone's a pretty easy kill, aside from Arteezy, unless he gets 5-second arrowed again.
Chance of that's low. But Jabs is causing some problems and going to take some of the creeps from him. And Arteezy is scared enough to blink all the way up to the tier 2 tower.
Yeah, because it's not a good time for him to farm neutrals. Like, you want to have your battle fury at this time when you're farming neutrals, but it's still a little bit slow. ISIS gets charged up in mid, but ooh, nice attempt at an arrow there. I wouldn't say these arrows from Nana are pretty spot on. Yeah. He doesn't get that much farm in these games, but his arrows have been A+.
It's always so early that Minesky is able to pick up that urn. Obviously, you're getting it on the off lane at this time around.
I don't know if they're going to be able to get that many kills with it, though. Like, EG are playing a pretty good keep-away game.
Well, they're about to run down to bottom, and Universe has no way out of this one apart from a straight-up TP. There's your global silence from Ninja Boogie. Arrow flies forward, and Ninja Boogie just wants out. He'll be able to succeed with this, but now goes all the way back home. Universe will die at the Starfall, so +2 charges. Unfortunately, there's no +2 for Ninja Boogie.
And it looks like Phantom Laser will be going for the BOTs first.
Now they're battling it out in mid too. Clockwork Cogs pushing Fear the wrong side of the tracks. He's running back in again, but he knows he cannot survive. A quick lands up the hill, the point blank range hook shot. It will be enough to hold Samael in position.
Dude,
EG losing 3 heroes in the space of 30 seconds.
He is such a boss. He double cogged the Necrophos and pushed back the Twin Head Dragon into the lane. Like, that was ridiculous. And he was also high enough HP. Like, he doesn't have any items, but he was still able to avoid that critical Reaper territory as well. And this is with a Veil already on Necrophos, so that Reaper territory is going to be a little bit higher. And you have to Crep, so it's going to be tough for him. They probably needs a pipe at some point, and he actually is going for a Blade Mail a little bit early on. Blade Mail, I'm not as big a fan of just because there's a lot of heal. Like, Pugna doesn't really care too much about Blade Mail. Necrophos, I mean, he can just heal it all back up if he gets the Reaper kill, but Jabs knows what's up.
Yeah, it's keeping the pressure on more than anything else. And I suppose, like, if this game does go late, the combination of EG will be able to get a pick off when Minesky force high ground. And how do you even force high ground? Like, their lineup, unless the Mirana's got heavy damage.
Yeah, you get Fighter Mirana. Mirana's probably going to get fat too, because Spirit Breaker hasn't been terribly effective in the ganks, and he's kind of the only one that can kill the Mirana right now. Like, they don't have great disables. Maybe if Twin Head gets a Yules, but that is not happening from Fear. He's a position 5.
You would still think, though, a hero who is 4 kills up would be higher in net worth than both the Necro and the Anti-Mage. Netherstrike, not going to work. He's actually a 4.6k to the 4.3, 4.5k of the EG cores.
Yeah, that's decent. Like, Mirana is not a super great laner. She's good at not dying, but in terms of getting last hits, her base damage is extremely low. So Phantom Lancer did take at least the attack speed talent, thank God.
Night Stalker, trouble, but then again, maybe not so much. Global Silence will buy space for Ice to run away. Moonlight Shadow has been triggered, but then again, so is Dust from Evil Geniuses, and they want to fight. Spirit Breaker, wrong side. The arrow is going to be perfect from Moon.
Do you see these global silences?
Oh, he's actually in. Jabs. He already found an opening. He hasn't even used Hookshot to get this. They've isolated Fear. Ice looking for another kill, so will allow Moon to pick up the pieces. Fear will fall down. Samel wants to run out this one. The curse is out. Jabs has the Hookshot available, and he'll hit the money. A follow-up arrow, and there goes Samel. A little bit dumber for the experiences. Now Ninja Boogie has +8 on the Stolen Intelligence.
They're constantly underestimating the global silence. Like, every single time they go in for a kill, boom, global silence. And, ooh, nice deny.
Denied! Oh, he's in trouble. Oh, maybe not. Dodging the attack from Crit. Nether Strike's right. Mushi trying to out-mind game them by microing the illusion out, but EG do not fall for it. But then again, Mushi, here we go again. Which one do they go for? They go for the real one and the fake one. Either way, thanks to the cleave that Arteezy has with the Battle Fury, they could work it out, and Mushi will die.
Still got a tower.
Yeah, even though it was denied. Small victories. The consolation prize once more.
Attack speed is way better, though. I really dislike that Spirit Lance damage talent, because attack speed is just... Like, Spirit Lance damage is okay, but it's only good if you get Scepter, and even if you get Scepter, it's kind of mediocre. I think 20 attack speed just scales way better all game, because you kind of just want to make as many illusions as possible. And attack speed, now that it transfers to illusions, I think is just far superior, especially when you're just not really fighting. It helps you farm a lot faster.
They're going to fight mid.
And push towers down.
Hook shots available. They can see him from behind. The hook shots out to the partner. The arrow is perfect. Universe won't be able to get anything off in this fight. And Crit dropped so low, he copped the full Starfall, and they're moving in deeper once more. The Lance out into Fear. Mushi jumping over the top of the ice path.
Jabs. Jabs. What a great position 4 he's been playing.
Oh, Crit's just trying to sacrifice for the glory of Samael. He charges forward to create space, but I don't think that was really going to change the outcome of this fight.
Nope.
Tier 2 tower's going to fall as well. Moon had the double damage rune. The crazy thing is what led up to that fight was Moon walking over the top of an observer ward into the tree line, and EG didn't react.
Well, they think that it's a really good time to push. It's been daytime, and they still need more time on Anti-Mage. So Anti-Mage eats up like half their map. Like, he just eats up so much farm because he's an Anti-Mage. He can blink around and farm so many creeps. So naturally they want to push with Pugna because there's still a lot of T1s up and it's daytime, and they want to group up because that's what their line was kind of meant to do. 4 on 5, get some ideally free towers, but Minesky, they're really swift to the punch. They've been pretty decent at just farming and being there at the same time. A lot of it, I would say, due to the BOTs by the Phantom Lancer, and I think mostly because of Ninja Boogie being able to prevent a lot of kills from EG with the great use of Global. I really think his Global timing has been extremely on point and preventing EG from getting any more than they should in this early game.
Yeah, that's the reason why they sit there with only 4 kills. But 2 of them have gone to the Anti-Mage, and we have to keep this in mind. While we're talking about just how potentially weak Minesky's high ground push is going to be, there's so much clearance from EG. Even if you're just macro-pyring down waves, you've got Blast, you've got Death Pulse, you've got some decent clearance from EG. And if Minesky overcommit, then they lose a hero for a long time to the Reaper's side. So they can create space even in high ground defense for Arteezy to get bigger, and he's 8.7k net worth and increasing, and it's only going to get bigger with his Battle Fury.
He might get to that point where he can like kind of take them in a fight, but you still one of the problems with AM is sometimes peak too early, and you need everyone else. You need to be able to spread the farm out equally. But at the moment, it doesn't look like he's going to be able to get like a fat Necrophos on his team too. So yeah, Phantom Lancer went for farming build. He's keeping up decently in net worth, which is pretty impressive, I would say, as a Phantom Lancer versus a Battlefield AM. But it should start to widen a little bit. The gap right now is about 1K. Maybe it'll be like 3, 4K a few minutes, 10 minutes down the line if neither hero dies. But Arteezy, I would say, has a much higher risk of dying because of the nice talk in the game. He doesn't have Manta
Samel is dead. Perfect hook shot. He slices right down the middle of the creep wave, hitting Samel. Nice Stalker was already running in from behind. The global silence. Maybe a little bit later in case EG was going to stick around. But then again, Ice still looking to push the issue, but they're just going to push the mid. That'll work too, and there's the back row pie for the D push.
So when this happens, when you're just farming out with the anti-mage, you cannot afford to lose your Necrophos over and over and over again. He built defensively too, is the thing with the hood. He's not like
0 for 5.
Yeah, and they have 2 defusals. Mushi, I believe, has completed his. No, not yet, but he almost has it.
There's one on Moon.
And yeah, Moon has a defusal. So like Necrophos is not in a good spot to survive. Maybe like a defensive Decrep into a Ghost Shroud into another defensive Decrepify like might save him, but even then they have like...
There's your second. It just flew on the Curry to Mushi.
It's not looking good for Necrophos. I think the AM's happy, but Necrophos, he's in a sticky spot.
Yeah. And Minesky now, like, they understand too exactly what they have to watch. This almost feels like a Mortal's Warning game of like from their series yesterday, where the wards are watching exactly how EG can recover. So they're watching the jungle areas. There's 3 perfect wards down, as we've just shown that Minesky have. So they know every single time where Arteezy is farming. And the only way Arteezy can avoid this is by crossing the river. Is the only way to really do it. But then you go into Minesky territory. The rocket flies forward. They're looking for a target and they just won't find it. EG have already smoked up, missed their target, and they've come all the way back with a loop around top lane.
They do dodge the gank. So Minesky's actually got a nice...
Yeah, close to crit. They want Arteezy. Rocket gives good vision. Where's that hook shot? And the target, there it is. Perfectly onto Universe. Arrow flies forward, and it actually pushes into crit. 5 seconds done on him. The scythe will drop. So Jabs will fall and Samel gets a much needed kill. While Crit will be able to charge away. Mushi lands on cooldown. He can't kill Crit, but if Crit keeps going this way, he'll end up dying to the creeps, but yeah, he'll pull out. And has a TP available to go home. He'll take the bounty rune first, however.
Still really close. I think if Mushi had max Phantom Rush, you actually probably just right-click them down. It would have been pretty close. So still pretty good fight. Like, they're not afraid to walk up to that shrine, and EG, they just cannot find any good like positioning too, because AM's not quite ready to fight.
Samel got a full pipe, now completed thanks to that money. He's still short of buyback, short by about 500 gold. But if Arteezy can keep dodging this, very close to his own Manta Cell, so some teamfight items that EG can use to at least stop Minesky having all the power. And EG, they want to initiate. Ice, however, he just jumps over the hill with Hunter in the Night.
This is actually one of the least greedy I've seen Ice build, like, ever. Like,
Aura,
phase, yeah. Aura, Earn, and BKB next? Is this even Ice?
Oh, Arteezy's got to get the hell out of here right now. Hook shot forward once again. Exact same place. Global Silence is out, but the 4 stumps, they're kiting it out nicely. Jabs the cogs, locking in Universe. Not really a lot he can do there. And Fear wants to help commit. The Ice Pump is good as Arteezy finds the kill onto Jabs. Moon visible on the backlines, coming out the Moonlight Shadow. But now the Diffuser plays. They're burning off the mana. The side can't get the kill, but at least the follow-up damage will. 3 heroes down for Minesky. Arteezy limping away. The Urn and the Curse. He's going to end up ticking out in front of his own tier 3 tower. Minesky, they've got the power, but even with that power, a 3-3 trade-off is not what they're looking for. They need more. They're searching for Ninja Boogie, and they're going to kill him with the Death Pulse. He'll end up falling. Minesky lose 4 to EG's 3.
Yeah, huge fight. Mirana there's just so much damage that's going around that they can't really avoid. Like Pugna War, they aren't able to really snipe early. And a big reason I think they lost the fight was because Global was not up. So they were doing a pretty good job in the first 20 minutes of like kind of fighting, and Global was up every single time. But now they think they actually have enough items to fight them early on. So great hookshot. It's a problem when Jabs has as many items as your Pugna. He just follows them every time. Force stabs, boom, just kill him. But yeah, like this is a really bad choke point for them to fight too. They have the high ground and Minesky aren't a choke. Jabs can't help but die. Maybe if he had a hood at some point, but like Mooney's like, he's really low before the fight even starts. So the Reaper doesn't actually end up killing him, but he's just so low at that point that he ends up dying. And they almost didn't even get Arteezy here.
Yeah. Next fight's gonna be a lot harder. Like Sumail, he lived through that entire thing. Like he ended up getting over like almost 1,200 gold for that fight. Did more damage than anybody else, and it's going to keep increasing. And he's going for a Radiance build, so got the pipe now, 2.7k towards the Relic. And EG want to kill, but they're looking in the wrong position. Minesky have gone towards Roshan.
This is because of Night Stalker's build. He actually went for a solo Chris after, and the Vlad's. Like, again, you usually don't expect this from ISSI, so they don't think they can actually take Roche because normally you're like, okay, Ice is probably with the Midas out farming somewhere, probably getting a Scepter maybe, so he can try and find AM in the trees. But that's actually not what's happening this game. So I do like to switch it from them. It's super easy, free Roche, kind of wasted smoke from EG. And they are getting a lot of damage on this tower. But
they're coming to defend it.
Yep.
You do have the Mana Style on Arteezy. But yeah, with Solar Crest up and running, even with the Butterflies up for Anti-Mage, this is still going to be problematic for Arteezy to survive. Where's that hook shot? Perfect. Catching at the Necro, 4 stars, already beginning jabs. Not a lot of mana to work with Global Silence. There's no real way EG can respond to this one. Arteezy wants to, looking for a target, and they have the damage, but it's coming in from Mushi. Universe, the #1 target every time from Minesky, and they get him every time. Crit will fall as well as EG. They're in full retreat. The silence is on Sumail. This will be a nice kill for them to claim. Taking that streak, taking the fight after taking Roshan, and Fear will fall as well. 1 left up for Evil Geniuses. This is snowballing out of control. Lasted longer than game 1 at least.
Jabs is so good on this clock. Like he is just nailing these hook shots and just going in there and setting everything up for his team. Like his rotations have been on point, and you can see why Clockwork is just Pugna's downfall. Like Pugna can't itemize the way he normally wants to. Look at his items; he is so poor. Like normally, Universe does not have a bad game. This is probably one of the worst games that we've seen. 0-5-3. His net worth is 5,000. Like that's really low, and even so, he has to build a cloak too. He obviously a 4-star versus the clock, but normally you want Aether Lens and maybe like Hack Receptor by this point. But he just gets isolated in the fights. Even like a simple Cogs pushback can interrupt his life train. And if he gets battery assaulted or like trapped inside the Cogs, he is definitely dead.
Yeah. And the hilarious thing too is like EG was so confident with his pickup, they still took it in the first phase. But so is Minesky with that Clockwork.
Yeah.
Like you can question it in game 1. We're like, is this really the... No question anymore. This is now respect to Minesky if anybody bans the Clockwork in the first phase. And that's a horrible position to put yourself in.
I would say the Silencer might be a bigger deal because he's able to hookshot in and not just instantly get decrepit, blasted, and die because of the Silencer. So it's kind of a dual thing, but still
coming up. Arteezy, 109, they'll jump up. They really want Arteezy. He doesn't have Blink Available. Hookshot jabs in once more. Cogs pushing him back. There's the silence coming off cooldown for Ice. Have they held him? Yes, they have. 72 seconds without Arteezy. Buyback is available, but this is not the money you want to spend on your core. He needs this for his Butterfly. They'll get rid of the high ground vision, getting rid of that Observer Ward. But Minesky want to force this buyback.
There is no doubt in my mind that Jabs has been MVP so far in this game.
Well, unfortunately, we can't give him a Mercedes-Benz, but the mid lane's going to be pressured in.
Oh, interesting.
Tier 3 tower being chipped away.
Shadowblade. Shadowblade's unusual. I can see it makes sense on the Vend, but it's much more questionable on the Pantheon. Regardless, they're still getting a lot of damage on the tower. 20 seconds left. It's not very long.
Yeah, Macro Pyre's on cooldown for like longer than that time. If they had it, they could defend this push easily. But Sumail's losing so much mana, they may even have to burn the shrine soon, but they get the initiation, the scythe! Well, goodbye Mushi. You're down for 82 seconds. They don't have to use the AM buyback, but that mid tower has 32 HP. This is the sacrifice that EG had to make in order to make their anti-mage stay up in net worth. Words, language, there.
The Shadow Blade. Why Shadow Blade? I don't really think another item would have really saved him.
Maybe it's just so we can get into the back line.
Yeah, but
I mean, it's the same thing as we saw from the CK, right? At least the same mentality.
Most of the time you'll see Blink over that on PL, or the thing is you already have Phantom Rush, so you can actually run into the fights, which is not a luxury that most carries can have.
Do you get any advantage from having then just the Silver Edge then?
That's what I thought he was going for, but he doesn't have it on his quick buy. He's
got Butterfly.
Yeah, so the Silver Edge could be pretty useful if you're trying to burst down the anti-mage, but they don't actually have that much magic to burst down the anti-mage. So, yeah, I don't particularly like the Shadow Blade pick. I don't really know what else I would build instead. Maybe Manta or Lincolns even. Lincolns might be okay. But really, they need a Glimmer Cape on their support. So if that happens, you get Glimmered and you're fine. Or you might not die.
But right now it supports, well, you don't want to buy it on the Silencer and the Clockwork's going for a BKB.
I would say, I would prefer personally like a Pipe on the NS and a Glimmer on the Glimmer on the Silencer.
Are you asking Ice to be more sacrificial? He's already got Solar Crest to Vlad's and Urn.
Well, he's going for BKB. BKB's okay, but BKB's not... You can't kill people if you BKB because he doesn't have the damage. He doesn't have a damage build. He doesn't have like a Basher or, you know, one of the normal damage builds on Night Stalker. Well, I say normal. It's not really a normal thing to do, but you just don't want anyone to die to the Reaper. And if you get BKB, it only protects you. What if your PL gets Reaper? Then he can't. He doesn't offer anything. That's why I prefer something that helps out the team a little bit more over an individual item. Especially with the way that he's been building, which has been completely team-oriented.
Well, okay. Yeah, okay. So the end result is the fact that PL now doesn't have enough to deal with the anti-mage, who is hitting his stride.
Well, that was always an issue, I would say. Even like before this game got kind of out of hand for EG, the PL is just not a good matchup. Like, you would have to go like a very, very different build. You need to go like a Butterfly Basher or something like that to deal with the anti-mage.
Is this what Blitz refers to as a free AM game?
There's some long duration silences, I would say. Like, you're going to have to Manta out of the global, and then Crippling Fear later on in the game is going to be a big issue. So I would say not a free AM game. It's a good core-on-core matchup, though, I will say. Very good core-on-core matchup.
Well, he's level 21, almost 22. He is 4.5k net worth in front of the other core, and after cleaning up one wave, now make that 5k. And he's going to have both BKB, Butterfly, Manta, Battle Fury, and still one extra slot available. And he'll finish all of this in the next 5 minutes, unless they can find pickoffs just like this. The cogs push back. Manta breaks free and blinks out. They do not have the control on him. And almost impossible to get the perfect silence timing after he mantis before he blinks.
Yeah, maybe they could have force-stab him into a second cog. That's far-fetched, but maybe the only way they could have killed him in that exact situation.
So do you get another lockdown? Like, you're getting MKB on the Mirana, the PL's going Butterfly, so you don't have a Bissell out from him or something along these lines?
He's going to need BKB on the PL, I think. Heart doesn't do jack versus a Necrophos, so you really do want a BKB. So maybe Butterfly BKB. I mean, does it really need Butterfly right now?
Okay, if you're going for all these items though, doesn't that mean you just have to go high ground? There's just no other choice?
No, because AM's going to be 6-slotted. You can just wait for him to get 6-slotted and kind of peter out a little bit. He's going for BKB on anti-mage, so that's already 4 or 5 slots on him.
Well, EG's coming down the mid. They feel strong enough to fight this. Even if they are 8,000 gold and experience behind, they're going to push down the mid. Look to claim that tier 2 tower.
It's going to be a big problem if Partizi gets the next Roche.
Put Nagus the Immortal on that.
Yeah. Or, I mean, I would say even just even if the Necrophos gets it with the Radiance, that's a big problem. There's going to be too much damage going on in the fights for Minesky to survive, unless they get their double pipe up.
Very cheeky Moon. He jumped in through the mid, took the tier 3 tower.
Yeah, that's a good play.
So it's gone. EG is having to wait for maximum spawn time on Roshan.
Which is bad, because nighttime's coming up pretty soon,
Yep.
and they have time to take out the shrines.
Arteezy will have time though to farm up his buyback. So now he's got the BKB, and he'll have buyback for the fight. But yeah, as you said, the shrines are in jeopardy. So EG have to protect their one closest to Roshan if they want to use any kind of buybacks to defend Roshan. And here's another items. BKB up for the Night Stalker.
BKB up on Clock, BKB up on AM. This Roche fight is going to be it. And Lincoln Sphere on Moran. I actually think I prefer the Lincoln Sphere on the PL2. But I guess he's like more melee, so he's going to get destroyed by Decrep at any time. But
EG's going to try and fight before this. Charge forward onto the PL. Mushi just started his TP, so we won't have that anymore. Global Silence is out, so Doppelganger, Mushi, trying to create more of himself to fight, and he's invisible. The Shadow Blade lets it run up into the trees, and they don't know where he's gone. They don't have detection. Mushi has gone northwest, but EG, they checked almost every other place but the tree that Mushi was hiding behind.
Global Silence MVP.
Item now value.
Well,
they had 3 sentries on Fear.
if he had a Lincoln, he would have also just been able to TP out, so.
That's supposed they had 3 sentries on Fear, and they had Dust on Crit.
I don't. Well, the thing about it does is if he doppelgangers, then
It dispels.
Yeah. So, yeah. I also don't know when it was purchased, but it looks like Radiance is coming up very, very soon.
Oh, EG can look for another opportunity. As you said, Roshan is up soon. It's in 12 seconds. Roshan will spawn. And already they're fishing with arrows.
This is a big one. Am could potentially end the game with his Aegis.
He can solo kill this Roshan as well.
He doesn't have lifesteal. It's not going to be a great road for them, because if he's isolated inside the pit, he can easily get arrowed.
They're charging forward. They're looking towards Ice. The charge should be able to connect. He pulls back out of it, however. It's just too much Mushi around Arteezy. Desperately trying to clear her off. Hook shot from Jabs. This time it's going to miss. Samael was left alone. EG moved further north to try and help out Arteezy and left Samael all by his little lonesome to keep the mid lane pressured out. But they really want to go in for Roshan. They've burnt their shrine already. And the Clockwork Rocket sees this very clearly, but no hook shot for 33 seconds. So they charge forward. They look for Mushi. This time the dust will hit after the Doppelganger, before the Doppelganger comes off cooldown. So they'll kill him off, and no buyback for Mushi. Looks like Minesky cannot contest this Roshan now. No Global Silence, no Mushi.
Shadowblade not value. Also that Observer ward on the high ground on the left side leading to the charge. Value Observer.
Oh, Roshan is falling. 1200, the arrow from Mirana flies in. It hits onto Samael. Ice Path making sure Aegis Immortal ends in the hands of Anti-Mage. And they'll pass the cheese over to Samael. And EG's coming down mid. They want a lane of racks. They want a game 3.
Bad time for Minesky. Firstly, I don't know what Mushi's doing over there. He's also just playing way too close to the cliffs and the tree lines versus a Spear Breaker, which is not where you want to play at all.
They're going to lose Ice. Charge up on top. I suppose you do at least have the BKB, but his Hunter of the Night will wear off. Samael moves over, and actually they're up too high. They won't dive onto the tier 2 tower for it.
Using a BKB to stall out for PL's res timer is a value play. That's a good 10-second usage right there. Look at where that creep wave is. So far away.
I'm sorry, can we get PGL to add now a new overlay? Merlini's value meter. How much value are we swinging at each side?
Shadowblade is pretty low on there. 10-second BKB value, pretty high.
Moon's creating space at the moment. Takes out the bottom shrine. Now has enough money if he wants to pick up his double javelins. But this is going to sacrifice his buyback if he wants to have that true hit.
Worth. He's not really in any danger. He only gets locked down by, what, Reaper and Spirit Breaker? I guess maybe Abyssal too, but Abyssal's not out yet. AM's getting close to there, so after he gets Abyssal, he's going to be 6-slotted. You can have some marginal upgrades like AC instead of Butterfly in case you're worried about True Strike, but they're all pretty marginal at that point. So he's getting too big for his own good soon. Yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to do that much with it. Actually, they're pushing
They're
up
coming
high ground.
bottom.
This could be it.
Yeah, they're looking for that opportunity. Arteezy moves forward, still got the Aegis for a while. And they'll avoid, they'll silence. He's still got mana style if he wants to break free.
Wow, that is a lot of damage on him before he even touches the T3.
Man, this is before like the illusions start coming out and start burning off his mana too. They just create more Mushis. Doppelganger to run forward. They're fishing with the arrows. Won't find the target.
So 2.5 minutes on Aegis. So they have, what, 5 waves, I would say, to do this? And all they need is a big Reaper hit on someone.
That's going to be difficult. Arteezy still ticking down from range harass. The damage from Moon.
Yeah.
He got 1 proc on the MKB.
That is why you buy MKB instead of waiting for buyback.
And they're leaving. They have Aegis the Immortal and EG are leaving. They have both Aegis and Cheese, and they refuse to go high ground for this.
Well, they know it's just way too risky.
Oh, Minesky. Arteezy's so close.
He'll
blink up there. Do they have vision?
Hook shot into Cog into Arrow.
Well, they could just walk in point blank range. That sentry's up too far. Whoops. Well, there goes your Aegis the Immortal. As Minesky, they just want out. Triggering out the darkness. Vision's not going to be great. And Samel walks directly to the arrow. Arteezy wants to try and fight. BKB's up. Goes for the Mana Void. Minimal damage into Ninjabugi as well as Moon. But the fight continues. Fear's already dropped. And Arteezy, that BKB is wearing off. They're looking for another target. Universe being hunted the back lines by Mushi. Forcing the rest of EG to return and defend their partner, who's already down. But at least they'll scythe. Execute Mushi.
Mushi, please.
He just wants the back line. He just wants the freebies.
Yeah, not with those items. Again, Shadowblade is just not the play.
It's like he believes he could run away, take the kill, just Shadowblade and run out.
Yeah, but Spirit Breaker destroys him. You have to be like ridiculously good with micro if you want to get away with this build. Like you have to just mind game them after mind game after mind game so that charge never gets on your real one. But he's not able to do that.
No, not so far.
Super
like even when we saw his illusion micro on the top lane, like he tried to do it twice to EG, and each time EG knew where to go. And life just got harder. A full Abyssal Blade is now completed on the anti-mage. He's almost 6-slotted.
Ice is much better at the mind games than. Because Mushi's not a Naga player, and I think Naga players have that tendency with the illusion micro to just next level people. And Ice loves Naga Siren.
I think it also helps the fact that Ice's brain is always tilted in a way you're not going to like expect.
Yeah, so
that guy's crazy.
He's very difficult to read. Anti-mage, 6 slots, BOTs, BOT2s, Moon Shards. Again, you're not getting great value in return on the gold that you're getting. So the net worth is 5K in Minesky, but I would say it's like, 5K starts to turn into like 7K because EG's gold is not worth as much going into the future. And even Moon Shards later on, like, are you going to Moon Shard anyone else on your team? Like, he's going to reach his peak pretty soon.
Yeah, Spirit Breaker is the only one who could probably really utilize that Moon Shard.
That dude is not going to stay alive. And even so, he could just get Crippling Fear because Night Stalker's getting... He'll probably get level 25 this game with a minus 8-second Crippling Fear cooldown, so good luck dealing with the mischance. Because now, Anti-Mage is like, well, once my BKB's over, I need True Strike, so where's he going to fit MKB in? He's not going to get Bloodthorn. I don't think anyone on this team's going to get Bloodthorn, so now he has to worry about that, and then there's like the Solar Crest that he has to deal with. Like, there are a lot of issues coming out, I would say, soon for EG, and I would say that this next Aegis, if they don't get a T3 with this next Aegis, they're probably going to lose.
It looks like they're preparing for a smoke fight anyway.
Well, they need to. This is their time. This next 5-10 minutes is their time.
Well, currently they're still having to battle it out in darkness. It'll wear off in just a second. The target showcasing itself in mid, which is Moon. Arteezy will also show himself.
This DD could be a pretty big deal. Like, heroes can die super quickly because he doesn't have that much HP, and the butterfly evasion negated completely.
Okay, nope, not going to happen.
Good luck finding a fight against Night Stalker at nighttime.
Yeah.
And they have no ages, so like AM dies, you just lose all your momentum for the next 5-10 minutes. And that could easily happen with like darkness and arrow. Like you sometimes just can't see it or react in time.
Oh, they gotta look for that target once more. EG pushing over, but Minesky have both vision, high ground, full detection, Clockwork locked up. Global silence is out. Arteezy will break free of it, thanks to his own Manta style. But where is the execution? They don't have vision. Once again, Evil Geniuses. They just can't see when that Moonlight Shadow burns.
There's no like slots for the heroes to carry stuff.
They're gonna push down. Like they're coming straight down the mid lane.
It's not. It's gonna end in the same way as last time, where the Mirana's just gonna right-click them down super easily.
Well,
so,
Arteezy can at least hunt a courier. That's got the Manta style of Moon on it.
Yeah, you can get a T2 as well. But oh wait, no, you can't because the wave's all the way up there.
Oh, you should have enough damage by now, right, to fight the back door.
Do you really want to risk that? If he gets arrowed, you're in a really bad spot. He probably has to buy back at that point. Is that really worth taking like 1 minute to take down the T2?
Probably not, especially when you're still going to have to TP somebody down to the bottom lane. Like directly after that fight happened, Moon just ran to the bot lane and pushed it out. So the momentum is already going the way of Minesky down there.
They do need some BOTs soon on EG's side to deal with these lanes.
Yeah,
lanes are a big, big problem because Mirana's free to push out because she has Link and she knows Spearbreaker can't touch her right now. So they will be very patient and wait for this tower and wait for this next Roshan. It is a 2-minute respawn, post 8.
Well, Arteezy's coming in to probably chip away at the tier 3 tower, at least force Minesky to come home. That bottom lane didn't push anywhere near as fast as I thought it was going to.
Well, I really like Moon not being there at the fights because he's constantly looking for these runes. These DDs are huge in the fights. He's going to have a lot of uptime in these fights. They can't decrep everyone, and even so he has defusals. So if AM gets a DD on the other hand, that could really just destroy, like he can just BKB and just destroy the towers. So it's really important that even if he doesn't get the runes himself, he at least takes them away from the opposite side. DD is the best rune right now for both sides.
Well, this is the reason why at the 40-minute mark we get more action runes, is to try and give us action. We've got 1 minute until Roshan's going to be up. As Minesky move forward, that shrine still exists. It's worth revealing yourselves to get rid of it if Roshan's been a critical area.
Is. They're also going to get the Arcane Rune Darkness.
Where's the TP's back? EG's making a beeline for that tier 3 tower. They can push pretty damn fast. A quick Nether Blast. Fortification is out. Minesky is rotating back over. Ice Guys can come through the rear on this one, but Arteezy takes the tier 3 tower, protected by Lotus Orb, so the lands forward. It's actually going to fly back. Mushi dodged it with Doppelganger as the Clockwork hooks in the back lines with the BKB up, but thanks to the Abyssal Blade, Ice almost down. 250 HP. Arteezy's committed in. He's got Mana Void available. He doesn't want to give up the chase, but now he has to. Turning his attention back over towards Moon. He's just bouncing from one target to the next. The Mana Void is out from Jazz. The cycle put him down. The True side is lost. EG fighting inside the base. This is exactly what they need. Clockwork, where's that buyback? He'll need to come back to the world of the living if they wanted to actually push EG back out of the base. As Mushi under his tier 4 tower, still not feeling safe. Clockwork is now back up again. Hook shots up in 4 seconds time, and EG, all they want to do is bail. Crit's already starting his TP. I don't know if Samel's going to be as lucky. Fear trying to body block him, but Jabs knows the game. He's trying to catch up. He won't accept the sacrificial Spirit Cow. He's looking for something more. TP from Universe, he'll be successful, and the Ghost Shroud just delaying the inevitable here for Mr. S, who is now RIP'd.
Say
3 heroes down for a tier 3.
Say hello to double damage. She did twice as much damage as anyone else on her team, 5,200. Without the double damage, it's maybe like 3,000 damage. And that just brought down the anti-mage. It's also a little bit hard to see on Mirana because she's like naturally a little bit bluish. So I don't know if Arteezy was aware that Moon had to DD that fight.
Well, they're going to lose out really big. 3 heroes down. Yes, you got a buyback out, but it was on a Clockwork support. And you're going to lose both Aegis and Cheese to Minesky.
Yep. And Anti-Mage hasn't gotten any stronger. And he's going to substitute out the Butterfly for the AC again. Very marginal upgrade because, I mean, he needs it because of True Strike, but armor is just so-so. And his damage isn't going to be that great as a result.
Right now, he's going to need his buyback. Luckily, because Minesky did stop for Roshan. Anti-Mage will have that buyback. It won't be so lucky for Sumail. That mid-Rex is going down. Fortifications available. They let the range Rex fall. The melee, is it going to actually, yep, fortify it up. Smoke up so EG can get closer in position. The trip arrows are flying out. Won't connect on anybody, but the PL illusions are burning off Fierce mana. And even with the fortification, they do not defend the mid-racks. There was no other choice but to let it go.
This Linken's is making life so smooth for him. Normally he would just get blinked on and then get abyssal right there, but they had to wait for the Pugna to come in to crep him, and then by that time the Rax is already dead. Like that is value. That's a 10 on 10 on the value meter, whatever you want to call it.
The Merlini value meter is now maxing on value.
That's a great Linken's. I think if Mushi had a Linken's, this game would be a lot easier.
Oops. There's no way he could have seen that. No way at all. It came out of a tree and just whacked him in the face.
EG's timeline's really short. Like, I think if Minesky gets the next Roche, it is pretty high, very, very high probability that they're going to win right now. Anti-Mage is, it's that sinking feeling of like, I'm not getting any stronger, everyone else is getting stronger, and I also died last fight too, so you know that you're very mortal. You want, what? That's like 3 in the last 6 minutes for him. Again, he's just been checking the runes. A very important play, underrated, but I have to emphasize that it's super important that he's at the minimum taking away DDs from Anti-Mage, but more importantly getting it for himself.
The only thing that will make this higher on the Merlini value scale is if he actually bought that bottle at the 40-minute mark and it hasn't been holding it from the very beginning.
Dude, well, because he bought it at the beginning, it's like a 12 out of 10 now.
Max value. That is a lot of creeps up on top lane that Universe can at least soak up. This is big for him because it's going to give him his Aghanim Scepter. If the Courier can make the trip for him. That's if he also wants to sacrifice his buyback in order to have the Ags.
I don't think so at this point if you're EG. I don't think you can fight 4 strong.
Unless you can then just let Sumail sit on the front line, because they don't really have that front line tank. You could say it could be like one of the 2 supports who are insanely tanky, 2k and 1.7k.
No,
for a support, it's normally quite good, but they just don't have the life.
Good for you, Mushi. You bought a Linken Sphere. Great job.
He hasn't sold a Shadowblade yet, though.
Well, I mean, you're not going to sell it. Not when you have slots.
No, he's being nice to his supports. I'm like, okay, his next item is a Tome of Knowledge.
So again, they have to lead in with this Decrep to pop the Linken's and then Blink Abyssal, but they have to time it much better than that if they want to get a kill.
I really want to see what Mushi does with the Shadowblade now.
What? He's just going to keep it until he replaces the cheese with... What does he replace cheese with?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Like, do you get the lockdown? Like, well, RTZ has it. Got the stun over on Moon, but Manda Style dodge out. The global silence defense is there.
Oh, you know, as MVP, there's actually Ice. He managed to silence after the global silence came off with the Lotus Orb. That's how fast he was on that. He was about to get Reapered. Sumail was ready for that global, and he still wasn't able to do it.
Nice arrow catch, Fear. We're not going to chase that one in. He's underneath Shrine as well, so if they want to fight it, it would be pretty cocky. Almost everyone from EG has buyback available. Fear's the only one short by 400. Different story for Minesky.
Yeah, well, they're actually scared now because they actually executed on the Decrep into Blink Abyssal. So now, even with Aegis, you're like, I don't feel that great about it.
The smoke inch forward. They're right underneath the Radiant Observer.
They don't have
ward.
global. This is a great time for them to fight.
Yep, and they're going to find an opportunity. Mushi, hi! Linken's gonna break, he'll get through with the doppelganger, nice hook shot forward, Crit getting caught, the nether ward is down, so it's not that easy for Minesky to find here, especially once these BKBs wear off, but then when Jabs gets such a great cogging, maybe they can create enough space, Jabs is low, Gem of True Sight is lost once more, Clockwork's down for 100 seconds, Spirit Break will buy back into this fight. The Gem of True Sight still not recovered by anybody, Ice is looking for it, Mushi walks in and he'll end up grabbing it.
Ooh, and they bought back. Yikes.
Man, I can't believe they didn't actually grab the gem, and then Fear's like, screw it, I'm going to buy one myself if we can't pick up what is on the ground in front of our cores.
Well, they're too fat now. AM doesn't even have boots, dude. How do they have room for a gem?
Yeah.
He dropped his
Yeah, you want to drop your Manta?
boots for AC.
Well, Arteezy this time gets the double damage rune.
A little bit scary, but they don't. Their lanes are never in a good spot.
And he's got no
zero
vision.
POTs.
Like if you just want to look at the dire wards, they got one ward down on their bottom lane, like near where their shrine used to be, and it's affected by darkness.
Yep, doesn't matter. Have darkness. You can see 3 trees. Woohoo! 0 out of 10 value.
I swear. Can we please make it?
So he's going hard on PL anyways, despite there being Necrophos. I mean, it's not great. It's not awful. It's just there's no great item for him right here. Like Abyssal's okay, but it's not that defensive. Scotty is okay, but you're still gonna have problems with dealing with the True Strike. So I think Heart is the best item if you're just gonna spam lances and throw them at supports. So because Arteezy still doesn't have True Strike, so he's gonna have a lot of issues dealing with it. It's just not so great versus Necrophos. Necrophos probably needs it. Like he needs more Reapers.
Yeah,
but he can't. Like he's also just worried about dying too.
Is it still worthwhile going in for the Academics like this late into the game? For Necro?
He needs a cooldown reduction, I would say.
Yeah. But then you got to give up something.
I think you give up your pipe. Like what magic damage?